Adrian Todea, take 2, part 2. So yes, this was a very happiest girl I've ever met. Happiest girl, it's Depeche Mode, our absolute favorite. Back in the days when we were liberated in 1990, and things opened, discos, and we danced and enjoyed personal Jesus. And happiest girl came later. Anyway, at the end of the days before that, he's the man. Maybe I first made contact with him, met him. I don't know the year. We can find out. I mean, if you're interested, let me know. You lonely, lonely interlocutor, man or woman watching this. Not this far. There's one or two isolated, lost soul landing on these videos, and I'm guessing that they have. We can all see it's 2 people watch this allegedly, but then they stop when they see after the first 30 seconds or there's nothing in it, and they stop. And they're recorded, but you have to go to more detailed statistics for what purpose to see that. And they only watched the first few seconds and saw the gist of it. Anyway, so Adrian Todea, phenomenal guy, with a rare joie de vivre, with an absolute what's the name in termina skill, inclination, dedication, zest for la dolce vita. He was a wonderful man to be around because he would transmit this. Indeed, positive psychology studies have shown that we may influence up to 1,000 people. 1,000. That is, I don't know how one would put it, but something like, I know I have some influence on the mother of my son's friend. Okay, so colleague in school or something like that. It's not immense, obviously, but the 5, on the other hand, the 5 we spend most time with say a lot about us, impact us, and we are more or less like them, something like that. There was that definition. We are excellence, or not perfection. Excellence is a question of exercise. So we are what we regularly do, something like that. So we're defined by that, and then the people we're with most of the time, and for most of the time, and vice versa. They influence us, we influence them. And if you have someone like Toda to be with for long periods of time, it can be close to ecstatic, because he's so serene, and so something's wrong. Lamb pork. He's amusing without having a multitude of jokes, which I'm guessing, I don't really remember that maybe he had. He was well read. I have to say that again. But it was always again those quotes. It doesn't matter what happens; what you make of what happens. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Hamlet. The mind is its own place. It can make heaven out of hell, or hell out of heaven. He was making heaven out of hell. He was this positive man. Now, let's say in passing, and then we move on to the following chapters, if there will be any. In a way, alas, this shared experience is not illimited. In fact, we've seen him for some time, but then not. It wasn't a years-long relationship. No. Again, alas, maybe happily, because there's a dark side to him, and the extent of which I've learned recently when talking with Marius Jäger, who is the lucky one, the one who has our first series. I mean, I dedicated a few so well regarded, so popular videos to him. So I was talking with him some time ago, maybe 25 years. No, I'm joking. Some years back. That's connections which have not been kept, unfortunately, for the years, for the past years. But he mentioned detail, important, calamity. I was asking, or he was asking about Adrian. Have you heard from Adrian? And it was a confusion because there's also Adrian who might have some chapters, some videos for himself. As more important, the most important friend, I guess. On the other hand, it might be Norochel already. He has had his series, limited series. By the way, click here if you. We have some links. No, I'm joking. We don't have links, and you don't have to click. You don't have to, and probably you're not watching. So there you go. Not this far anyway. And Marius thought we're talking not Adrian, the one we're friendly with. He's been friendly with. We spent time. I mentioned him in the Marius episodes with the shark, with many things we did together. But he was referring to Adrian Todea, and he was quite upset, if not mad, with Todea, because he said to me he stole. He stole from me. Very upset, if not, as I said, mad with him after so many years. And it was, I was shocked in him, because, what do you mean? Adrian? I was thinking, Adrian. Oh, Adrian. Oh, no. We cleared. Fortunately, we cleared this out. So it was Todea. One of our friends, but not our very, very good friend, let's say. But I was still very surprised. And that's throwing more than a shadow over him, indeed. I mean, I don't know what happened. I guess I never will know, and it's somehow buried in the past. Who knows if he's still alive? So, yeah, but that's the downside. I mean, he was, to return to the positive, he was angelic, saint-like in this. I mean, he was the chosen. Okay, not I mean, one of the chosen. Not like Jesus. He wasn't ideal. Far from it, as we can see on this side of things. But otherwise, in terms of lightness, the unbelievable lightness of being, that was clearly there. That was a man who was floating and flying over things, which now, as that's one reason to make this. That's a good reason, because talking with someone, which is not happening here. I'm not sure if, well, it looks like we would separate, divorce, sell this big thing, have these guys stay with a spouse. But the idea is that I don't speak with people in real life, so I'm playing this game where I think that somebody's watching. I'm talking, communicating, but then doing this, we may come to see some aspects, some clear out some things. Which one aspect, though not important, is this related to the stealing of things, which, if it happened, I mean, I think it did. Marius, he would be, not sure he would be suspicious, but he was definite and very, very upset. So it happened in large part because he was so detached, so much flying above, and that he didn't. This thing didn't have the magnitude it should have. That's the disadvantage of being too high, too blissful, too zen-like, too much there and absent from here, I guess.